All right, so I'm doing this video, right? I put this together. I keep seeing on the internet, Instagram, Facebook, all these places, black people kind of like, and specifically black people on this, like, we stand with Ukraine. Stand hope Zelensky did this and did that.
They're so ignorant.
But people don't know. So first of all, people say you stand with Ukraine, but Ukraine don't stand with black. And I put these clips together.
Why are people so ignorant? They don't know. They just be talking out the side of their neck and don't know jack diddly. Then go over there. People talking about who they stand with, but yet they still over here in the U.S. Child, please.
That's the fact that this guy came to America to give me bananas and watermelon with a note on it. It's unprofessional, and I feel like it's racist. And you just made this fight a little more personal.
Take that a step further, Keyshawn, just so everybody at home understands what you're talking about.
Y'all heard what I said. This man brought a box of bananas and a watermelon. He brought a box of bananas and a watermelon to America to get to my room, to bring to my room, and I took it as racist. So I got something for you.
He's saying there was a delivery to
that bare knuckle stuff. I don't care about none of that. I come from what I come from. I've been doing this bare knuckle shit outside the ring. So all that shit you talk about, I don't care. I'm gonna fuck you up Friday. I don't care about none of your experience, amateur experience. I don't care about your silver medal. I don't even care about your watch, your belt, or none of that. I'm gonna fuck you up Friday.
This is rude language, my brother.
Look, and hit him downstairs to the body.
We all got feelings, we all got feelings. We all gonna make that trip to the ball. Find this part of the sea to the ball.
You got DMX playing in the background too? He said it's over.
That's what racism is, right?
He like it's over.
That's what it gets you.
Woo! Ain't nobody on that. It's 2025.
Cut it down because boy, that copyright.
Huge
Yes.
backup, and that backup in Ukraine was mostly of black and brown people. So we had the EU Commission on Crisis Management who came here to this border just a couple of hours ago. And I asked one of the EU commissioners of crisis management about this issue and whether that's what they were seeing or not.
Members of the European Parliament for Poland assured us that these are fake news, that this is not true. And honestly, we have not been able to corroborate that.
I have corroborated it. I have talked to Africans and Indians who have both said, they said that they were being pushed off trains, that they were being left behind. These are women and children.
Any discrimination,
Oh, no.
any discrimination among people who are fleeing the conflict on the basis of any personal characteristic, including citizenship or skin color, is completely unacceptable.
Hold up, wait.
Mm-mm.
In the morning, early hours, we had multiple bomb blasts. So we already left our homes, not even having our bags. Like myself, I couldn't even get anything. The clothes you see me putting on now is just what I came out with. So we left. We went to the train station. We're trying to get to Lviv, where we could get to the Poland border. So when we got there, they told us the tickets for Lviv was over. So we went to the bus station. The Ukrainians there, right in Kiev in the bus station there, in Voxana, they were only giving tickets to the Ukrainian citizens. The blacks there, they never allowed them to have any access.
How did you even get over there?
So they didn't allow us to get the bus going to Lviv. So we had to book a taxi, and we spent about 13,000 hryvnias to get us to Lviv. When we got to Lviv, we went to the train station there. They told us that there was no train going to Poland. So we took a taxi again, going to the Poland border. We didn't move so much. Then we met cars. The driver said it's not going anymore, that the hold-up is too much. He just pointed and said it's not far. Could you believe that when we got down, we paid him, we got down thinking that it's a very near place. We got down, we trekked for 8 hours. 8 fucking hours. Our legs were worn out. When we got to the Poland border, we met a lot of people there, Ukrainians, all sort of people, the blacks.
Yo, they were so racist that they said, oh yeah, this farthest we're gonna go right there. You got it's just in that way. They thinking that you just it's like a 5-minute, 10-minute walk. 8 hours. What kind of crap is that?
Out of all the places to pick, why would a Nigerian student want to go to Ukraine?
A lot of Nigerian students will go to Ukraine because they educate. Well, let's say you can. I don't know if necessarily. I think it's.
I'm about to ask ChatGPT
because I think they have free education. I think their college
whack.
education. I think it's free to get free college education. You'll see some other students on here from Nigeria.
Hold on. Chat. Why do Nigerian students go to Ukraine for education?
Yes, many Nigerian students choose Ukraine for higher education, especially in fields like medicine, engineering, and aviation. Ukrainian universities offer affordable tuition fees, internationally recognized degrees, and English-taught programs, making them an attractive option. However, since the Russia-Ukraine conflict escalated in 2022, many Nigerian students have had to relocate or transfer to other countries. Some have moved to Poland, Hungary, Canada, or the UK to continue their studies. Despite the challenges, Ukraine remains...
Everybody there.
No thanks.
When we got there, we queued on the line. But to our greatest surprise, those of us that were blacks that were in front before we got to that place that actually got to, because you have to cross the Ukrainian side of the border before you cross over to the Polish side. So they were turning them back. They were turning the blacks back. Then when we asked them, they said they were not allowing blacks to pass, that it's only the Ukrainian citizens, their wives, their children, that they were allowing to pass.
Давай, ты хаваешь его? Ну ты его хаваешь и все. Да?
No problem.
Хаваешь?
No problem.
Ну хавай. Хавай.
Oh, no.
So we all saw the videos of Ukrainians discriminating against African students trying to leave the country. And I imagine most of us have heard that Hampton University and HBCU has invited 50 to 100 Ukrainian students to come over and study for free. Well, now there's this. That's right, the Peace Corps is advising black volunteers that they're likely to be called the N-word by Ukrainians, and that they're likely to be subject to blatant and possibly dangerous forms of discrimination.
Oh my gosh.
That's not it. Let's take a look at the rest of the article. Yep, they'll make any old excuse to cover up their racism. Did you see that? For modern Ukraine, African Americans are a part of everyday life. But there are many Ukrainians who've never even seen an African American.
Stop it.
And that means what? That they have to call them the N-word. And check out this last part. It's outrageous.
Children's games with blackface.
Not only
oh heck to the no
is an African American subject to being called the N-word, but dark-skinned people are likely to be called monkeys. And you may even see children playing games that involve blackface.
Oh,
so they start their racism very early over there.
No.
Now, if you follow my page, you know that I didn't just stop at reading
this
that
2025.
article. I went to the Peace Corps' website.
Child, please. Ain't no way. It's some places I just ain't never want to go, and that is one of them. I mean, Russia either. I mean, really, it's not been on the top of my list. But this, I mean, please. That's why Trump put you out the White House.
It always looked cold.
How about that?
It looked cold. Everybody looked angry up there.
Relax. Myself. And surprisingly, there are no openings in Ukraine. But look what else is on the Peace Corps website about Ukraine. That's right. They're calling them open and loving people who would give you the shirts off their back.
Let's clean it up.
I guess unless you're black.
And there are British students as well. There's a black British student called Corinne Skye who's been tweeting over the past week of her desperate travels, her desperation to try and get out of Ukraine and get back home to here. And has been fought back by Ukrainian troops, have been pushed back by Ukrainian people who do not feel, who believe that the black people need to be at the back of the bus. Essentially, that's what we're talking about here.
Oh my
And I just think that
gosh.
my heart really does go out to the Ukrainian people and those who are in those bordering countries who are doing all they can to try and help them, but will not help anybody whose skin is darker. And I think that's a very clear reflection of what it is that the world is dealing with. And this isn't just in Ukraine. This happens in wars the world over, especially when it comes to migrant workers. The difference, I think, this time is it's a younger demographic who are used to posting on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook, and they're telling their story. And I really hope that people understand when we talk about things like...
Yeah, but I know, I hear what you're saying, and I...
Yeah, I'm glad they cut that off because she sounded like she want to rationalize and...
We've always hosted lots and lots of people. Never quite so long as 6 months.
It's a long time.
So it is a long time. And I think we hadn't necessarily taken into consideration the cultural differences.
But those cultural differences weren't often talked about when Andrea signed up to the Homes for Ukraine scheme. She lives in a diverse part of Birmingham. After a week of staying there, her guest told her there were too many Muslims in the area.
We were quite shocked at how difficult she found different cultures.
She felt there were just too many Muslims.
Too many Muslims, too many people with different skin colours.
Her guest's son was enrolled into the local school, where the majority of children happened to be black and Asian.
And then to just have her complain about the demographic of the school and going, well, he can't be safe there. There's not enough white kids, essentially. The majority of my neighbours are Muslims. A lot of them are Kashmiris or Pakistanis, Indians, and they're wonderful people. And you just felt if you just would sort of give them the time, perhaps we'd come to the same conclusion.
They both agreed to end the placement. The debate around integration often focuses on helping refugees into employment and housing. Tackling cultural integration can be trickier.
From the best area of Kiev, where I became to the worst area of the Birmingham, unfortunately.
Oksana moved here from Kiev last summer. She admits that at first, living side by side with so many different cultures made her feel afraid.
I was very afraid because it was not usually for me, and and some people just told me about so many dangerous stories.
Those stories, Oksana says, included cases about Islamic terrorism.
Lots of people here would feel very offended that you feel just because it's a mixed area, it's not safe.
I saw statistics on the police website, police. And so I saw statistics of criminals instead of it. And also I read in the internet in English when I began that this is the area from terrorism.
Oksana has now moved to a new area.
Wow.
Hi, my name is Lena and I came from Ukraine. I live in the capital city, Kiev.
What were the conditions like at the border? Were you happy to get there? Were you relieved? Were you tired? How did you feel?
Well, actually, in the beginning, like everybody was in shock, definitely, for that day. But actually, when we first arrived there, there was huge amount of foreigners, Ukrainians. But the problem was in the border, exactly, like the Ukrainian military was letting the Ukrainian out first, and we were staying there. Our line was staying the whole day, and their line like 6 times have been finishing. Another buses come in, they let them go, and we still over there.
Why do you think they were preferencing the Ukrainian people?
Actually, I have no idea, and I was in shock because you first to let us go first because we here as a foreigners and we needed to go back to our countries, or you have to treat us equally. But letting your people go, and we are staying over there. And after everybody start posting how Ukrainian police was treating us and like this, After 2 days, they start letting us go. That's
Wow.
why I came up.
So it was the police who were doing this. The police were letting the white Ukrainians onto the buses before you.
Exactly.
Wow.
Were you angry towards the police officers?
I was angry of how they treated the guys. They did not mistreated us, we females, I mean, but they treated us, the guys, okay? Because most of them, they don't understand the Ukrainian language, and they talk to them in Ukrainian, trying to give them they should act in the lines and like this. Nobody understands, so they have been aggressive all the time, beat them, shout on them, like telling them, like, you know.
Oh no.
And when you eventually arrived in Poland, were you treated equally and fairly then?
Seriously, I wished I knew Poland before Ukraine. Yes, seriously. I never seen a country like this before. I was so happy to be here. I'm still happy to be here.
Okay.
Poland is not easy. It was a hell for me.
Wow.
For 2 days I'm trekking. No food, no water, nowhere to take money. I couldn't sleep. I just stand one place waiting for my turn for the Ukraine soldier to let me in. They refuse. There are a lot of people, 10,000, trying to go through. They
That's horrible.
Take their citizen. I have to fight. I have to push myself in. All this. I was standing in one place, no sleep.
Oh my gosh.
They caught me and took off my hands. They hit me. They don't care about other foreigners. They just beating people here and there. When you try to explain yourself, they slap you. They don't treat their citizens the same way. And it's not good. We're all equal.
Could you tell me, please, what do you think? Is there a high level of racism in Poland?
No w chuj! No duży rasizm.
Okay, czemu?
No Polacy są nietolerancyjni.
Do you think Poland is a racist country?
Nie.
Nie?
Nie jest.
Do you think there is a racism in Poland?
Tak.
Na każdym stopniu, wszędzie, w pracach, wszędzie jest on odczuwalny, w szkołach i nie tylko, także to jest jakby normalna rzecz w Polsce.
Nawet na ulicach po prostu.
Dokładnie. I jakby o tym się nie mówi, mówi się, że Polska jest strasznie tolerancyjnym krajem, a tak naprawdę tak nie jest.
O, jest bardzo wysoki.
Naprawdę?
Wśród młodych ludzi to jest bardzo wysoki, naprawdę.
Uważam, że jest bardzo wysoki, wyjątkowo wysoki, naprawdę.
Wow.
Polacy,
tragedia.
tragedia. No moim zdaniem jest duży.
Duży?
No moim zdaniem jest duży rasizm w Polsce.
What can you do against this racism?
Nie da się chyba zmienić Polaków.
Wow.
No nie da się, no sorry.
Naprawdę?
No nie. No naprawdę.
Jeden człowiek jakby nie ma na to wpływu, musiałby odpowiedzieć na to, nie wiem, setki tysięcy Polaków, którzy na to nie odpowiedzą, więc my jak na to odpowiemy, to nic nie zmienimy.
What do you think is possible to do against racism?
Ograniczyć trochę, że tak powiem, amerykański YouTube, że tak powiem.
Edukować ludzi.
Edukować ludzi.
Tak, i to uważam, że od najmłodszych lat.
It is very smart answer. Thank you very much. Dziękuję bardzo.
So racism is still in Poland. I wouldn't hide it. A lot of nicknames they are calling us Tarina, Mujinek, Bambo, Monkey. I mean, if like it was me that stabbed a Polish person, 24 hours they will get me.
You said you came in 2005. What was it like that time? Did you have any different experiences?
Being black in Poland is a terrible situation
Why
and
you
a
still
terrible
there?
story to tell. I wouldn't lie to you. We have been beaten up. In 2006, 2007, in the streets, going back from club, going back from work. So many things have occurred here in Poland, most of them that are not civilized. Let me just put it this way, because when you're civilized, you know that everybody is the same. It's not about just about color of skin. You have to relate, accept, and adapt with other foreigners. So it was so hard for us, but we're still living here because we can't resist. We can't give up being black. So
Forget
Poland
that.
still have a long way to go with color of skin.
Compared to when you came versus when you are now, is there still some incidents that happen now, or is it
Yes, there are still a lot of them. Last year I was stabbed here in my restaurant here. I came here, somebody eat food, finished eating food. He said that the food was nonsense. He said he wouldn't pay. He removed jackknife, wanted to stab me. I put my hand, he cut my hand. I fought with his hand to grab the knife out of his hand. I reported to the police. Since then till now, they haven't done anything. If it was me that stabbed the Polish person, 24 hours they will get me. That's what I say, that there are still a long way to go with racism. Because
Why
I see
are you
nothing
there?
wrong when a foreigner lives in a country where he contributes. He should be protected.
That's insane.
But yeah, recap. I went to Poland. I don't remember anything good besides shopping. I remember the restaurant and the Airbnb. We couldn't really go out because we were getting cussed at, or people wouldn't leave their phones down. I did some research after though, and I did find out that, you know, up until, this century, people are still being racist, honestly. And I get it. You know, they've gone through their shit. So has every other country. I mean, I come from a war-torn country, so I get it. But still, y'all, I'm not going back to Poland. I refuse. Y'all gonna have to drag me. I'm not going back. So if you're my color, do your research first. Check the area that you're gonna be staying at and everything. For those that are drivers and stuff that were actually nice to us, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's not for me. No.
Wow.
Is it the same person? I guess so. That's pretty.
Man, I'm just saying.
And black people got it confused. They're like, oh, America's so racist. No, y'all need to
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead, honey. Say what you got to say.
Y'all need to understand what real racism is. Real racism is completely, I don't like you because you're black, your skin color, I don't want you brown, you're Asian. It's
whatever.
I hate you because your skin color. I've seen this. And typically,
ignorance.
When it's taught, it's because of people watch other things. Like when American racism, if somebody was still holding racism, it's because they were taught it. Real racism, I'm not talking about prejudice. I'm talking about I hate black, you know. And that's what these people are seeing in Poland and Ukrainian. It's because they're looking, it's this history, and they're looking at social media, because he said the youth, the young people were still racist in Poland. To be young, that means you're looking at current day stuff to keep that mindset.
And what they have been watching is, you know, Western culture and how the media has projected people of color, you know, in the media over time. All the things that's happened, forget the laws and stuff that have been passed and all that kind of stuff previously. I'm talking about what the media has perpetuated and how Western culture has perpetuated blacks in the media over time. That's where they get the information from. But I mean, I already heard that. I don't know where I read this, but I also heard this from other people. I don't remember who specifically, if it was something I saw on social media, but nevertheless, I already knew that Poland specifically, more so than the Ukraine, but those were never countries that I desired to want to visit anyway. But I mean, it's just ignorance. Ignorance, like I said, I don't think racism is ever going to be erased from our planet because you have stupid, ignorant people all over the world, regardless. And little do they know, they've been slaves. They were slaves too.
So my thing is, with this, people are always sitting, this really just don't make no damn sense for people of color to sit there and be like, I support Ukraine. You don't know why you support Ukraine. People supporting Ukraine because they're thinking in their mind Palestine.
And they want to go opposite of they want to go opposite of Trump. Anything that Trump is trying to do, they want to go opposite of him. But how stupid. And I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna say it to the end. If you feel that way, take your whatever color you are to the other country that you so-called supporting. Yet your tail has yet to leave. You still here.
I guarantee if you experience a real situation, I bet you take that out and support Ukraine post now.
I think people
talk
a whole lot of crap because they're comfortable. They have all of their needs already. Right. You get met. All your needs are being met. You don't lack for anything. We've never experienced, thank God, we've never experienced a war on our grounds up until this point. Thank you, Jesus. So we haven't suffered over here in the country per se. Yes, we experienced the pandemic, but that was like one of the first times that we've experienced, you know, something like that besides the plague and all that kind of stuff previously. But currently in the 20th century, we haven't had any hardship. I'm not talking about the Wall Street falling, the recession. That still don't compare. I'm talking about something major where we've had to suffer and really, really be down and out.
People need to understand what racism is. People need to understand
How
what
ignorant.
prejudice, the benefit you have in your country. It's now I am a believer.
People ain't going nowhere.
I am a believer in being that. And the people that are not expats are not the ones that know a damn thing. The people that go and travel the world, they're the ones that learn what the truth is.
You said who? People that's
expats.
Expats?
People that, reside in other places.
Oh, okay. That's a new word.
The people that are expats, people that like to go and travel and stay in other places,
Mhm.
you understand the real people that are keyboard warriors and they're sitting there and they're
keyboard warriors, right?
life by what they think. Going to try. Go live in one of these.
They not.
Live in one of these countries that you claim that you want to live in, and I guarantee you gonna be, Mr. President. We support you, Trump.
Yo, it's gonna go back to the U.S. trying to find the U.S. embassy so freaking fast. Calling Chat GPT in another country. Chat, what's the U.S. embassy number? Where are they at? Please don't play it. This is what really gets me with Americans, people who are in America that so claim they want to fight for another country. Why are you here? You're taking up resources. Leave the air for somebody else who really want to be here. Leave all the resources for people who can be a positive contribution to our society, who want to see us grow and expand and do well. Leave it for them. Go be where you want to be. And also they support causes that they don't even know anything about. It was the cool thing to do. My mama, auntie, cousin, friend, sister, neighbor down the street supporting this, so I'm gonna do it too. My boss doing this. My coworker doing this. Child, please.
And they don't have to be from
Get a life.
Pass you down. Listen, you ignorant as hell, and then you listen to somebody else, and y'all go and formulate a Voltran of ignorance.
I cannot make America great again. And if you don't want to, you can always vacate. That's the beauty of choice. Get your passport, because as Anton said, more than half of y'all don't have one. Get your passport. Get your passport. Get your documents in order. Locate you a location and vacate. It's so easy. No complaints. No need to put your bullcrap stuff on social media. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, 2025. Figure out why you're alive.
It's the best.
We don't support Ukraine over there. We sound like
USA all day.